Hopefully this is working. So, as I'm fighting or training a early Z Goku here, kind of putting him through his own little combat trainings, making him stronger. Apparently, early Z, and we all know these characters have different interactions with each other.
Man, that was a good fight. Thanks a lot.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna restart it. Hopefully, he says the same thing to Oob. Hopefully. Hopefully, he says the same line. I hope.
Aw, I don't really want to fight against you, though. Are you here to help me with my training?
So apparently, early Z Goku knows who Oob is. Because we know there's different Gokus in this game. But if Goku doesn't really want to train or fight with Oob, then why the fuck did you take him on as your apprentice for like what? X amount of years from the end of Z ET? If you didn't think he would be the Earth's next savior. Now, we all know, or, damn, I had my train of thought to it and I lost it for a minute. Okay, that was it. You know, if you didn't want to fight with him, then why the hell did you take him on as an apprentice? I mean, we get it. Gohan's not a fighter. You know, Goku's kids chose a different path. You know, each his own. But if you didn't have that much faith in Oob to begin with, then you should have picked Pan. At least Pan at least wants to do something. Bit of a ruffian, but that's okay. Now, granted, I wish this game...
We'll fight again someday, Goku. That's a promise.
I already beat him anyways, but, you know, I wish this game would have, equipped, power, what was it? Customizations like it did back in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast 2, because you know Goku would have taught
I'll take care of this.
certain techniques. Like, you know, he taught him the Kaioken Spirit
Are
Bomb.
you Kakarot?
How to
My name
control
is
his
Goku,
ki.
and I'm from Earth.
We know he taught him instant transmission, if I remember correctly. I think Oob did use that. And you know Goku taught him God Ki, on how to tap in to a god form of his own, which I think really wouldn't be a god form for Oob necessarily. I think it would be like a demon form, because, you know, he's the reincarnation of Majin Buu, and we all know, you know, if you know your analogy or mythology, you know, the word Majin means demon, right? So he would have his own demon form, which, you know, thanks to Daima, you know, the Majins come from the demon realm. I don't know if I ever will watch Daima, not even the English one. Maybe, I'll give it a chance. But, you know, you would have to teach him, you know, hey, you may not uh, be, you may not have an exact god form. You may have this god key, but it may also bring to you this Majin demon type form that gives it that precious god key. If you really wanted to add Daima to a quote unquote canon side story to GT, which we all know by the words of Toriyama, Super and GT are like side stories, side missions, not really part of the main story, as it were. Same thing with Daima. And I just think it'd be cool that, hey, they add those customizations to it. So that way you can give characters certain things.
You're in my way.
But honestly, if Goku just, again, didn't have that much faith in who the hell did you train him in the first place? That's why, if they ever do redo, which we all heard that, we are going to eventually get a reimagining of the end of Z, I feel like it would just be best for Goku to take on Han as his apprentice to be able to be the Earth's next hero, which would make more sense. Eventually, I do want to continue on with this game when I get extra money because I got like $100, so not really $100, but almost close to it, for the 4 DLC packs for this game, so I can get the hero packs and stuff and mini Goku. I want to play as those characters, and there's no other way to unlock them. Yeah, you can do the customized battles, all that grinding out, what have you, and try to use Dragon Orbs to unlock more map titles. But in reality, you gotta buy those, and I think that's what it's getting towards. That you're gonna have to start really buying more and more characters.
Man, that was a good fight.
For this game.
Thanks a lot.
I hope that it's not going to be something that is going to be drowned out, like they did with Fighters. Because Fighters, it became about you need to spend real money to get etc., etc., etc. And that's, I don't know. It's not something that I'm too keen on.
My turn now.
Because that's what really killed Fighters. And I think that's what made this game drop 80% of its players when it came out, because people think it might end up going that route. Yeah, we're gonna get stuff from Daima, which is gonna be cool to see the canon version of Super Saiyan 4, which is like a primal stage that we saw before in Dragon Ball Heroes, versus GT's Super Saiyan 4. I think that would be interesting. Now, what about the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? I think we will see that. Will we see those in their adult forms? It would make sense too, but it ain't the first time that we saw a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in game. If you guys ever played Raging Blast 1 and 2 back in the day on 360, then you know there was already a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, just like there was a Super Saiyan 3 Broly. I just wish they would have added more stuff when it came to the customization things, with more clothes for these characters to choose from. How the hell Raditz gets so damn strong? It's supposed to be the same level as a Cyberman. The guy's strongest Cyberman says, what?
Open your eyes, Kakarot! Isn't your Saiyan blood boiling with excitement?
But yeah, that we need more customized stuff, more options to really choose from. Just like you have all these suits for Gohan to wear, except they didn't add everyone's favorite,
Now, Kakarot,
which
would
was
you
the
dare
Ki
defy
or
your
the
own flesh and
Kai
blood?
outfits. I feel like was a huge miss that should have been in game because we haven't seen that since I think Tenkaichi 2. Plus, they never gave us the Orange Star high school outfit, which is also a huge miss. And Goku in his, some regular clothes, he had like the jacket or the Hawaiian shirt on. Um, he took his driver test. Piccolo in street clothes that says Post Boy on it. I mean, there's a lot. We are missing some other female fighters because there are more female fighters in the Dragon Ball franchise if you pay attention to the franchise as a whole, from Dragon Ball till current. There's a lot. Now, if they really wanted to add some stuff, I don't think they ever will do what I'm about to say, but I mean, you never know. They could add stuff from heroes onto this as characters and customization or options for clothes or whatnot.
How about this?
I really feel like, you know, they pulled or held, I won't say pulled, but held back so much with this game that it really had the potential to be the best customization game out there for this franchise. Because when you power up the Kaioken as Goku, it looks just a gorgeous power. With that ki flow, I mean, look how, oh my god, it's just really nice. Especially when we should have gotten Super Saiyan with Kaioken, like in the filler episode in Otherworld tournament when we went up against Pygon.
Even if you are my older brother, it doesn't matter. You're not welcome here.
There's a lot, like I said, we could have gotten. I know I even been training Yamcha. He's getting pretty strong as I keep boosting him up and up. Yajirobe, who I went up against, for a guy that does nothing, they made his character broken in this game, like you wouldn't believe. How in the hell are you gonna make somebody useless that damn strong? Which I guess, you know, you don't want to make the character feel bad.
I guess we could spar.
I don't know, they made him broken, which I guess is also a good thing. Because he shouldn't be able to really keep up with a lot of things. So I may have to train and work on other characters and redo a different fan-made COP for you guys, Tournament of Power. You know, the weakest warriors who became strong versus the strongest warriors. Which I feel like probably needs to happen.
Okay, Wolf Bang Blast!
Why does it sound like a fucking sweet one getting hit? There's one stage level that is missing from this game. that none of us really get to experience all that much, and that's at the lookout. You know, in those Dragon Ball sagas, you get to train on the lookout before entering anything. But I know in Rage and Blast 2, the lookout is definitely a stage that you can go on and fight and all that good mess. I wish they would have added Yamcha's look from the Blue Saga or the end of GC, because that was a really good look for me.
I'm gonna make this count. All right, whatever.
And they should have added the Great Saiyan Girl outfit for Fidel,
I'm missing my day in the spotlight.
and they just didn't. Again, there's a lot, and I'm noticing that they could have added to it. Maybe they will.
Let's kick it off!
You know, another character that's missing, since you want to add GT characters. First, I'm about to say is not a fighter, but she
I
could
still
be.
get some training in once in a while. I guess we could spar.
Is
Look, I know I'm just adorable, but the battlefield is no place to hold back. Ha! Here it comes!
I've been off and on trying to train Lola with other characters. She's somewhat progressing, but not fully. I'm gonna have to change that.
You're a tough one. I see you!
Time to go wild.
What are some of the things that you guys may have noticed that needs to be in here that's missing? Things that you would like to see be added, and more, if not, older, better customization options that you missed from the other games that should have been. There's one stage, I would say, that we don't get a lot, if not hardly at all. And that is the stages I'm about to name, and Otherworld stages. We don't get Snake Way when we could. We don't get King Kai's planet and Otherworld like we should in these games. We don't even get Hell. We had Hell one time, but it was from the Janemba, the Fusion Reborn movie. You know, we don't get to see really having a Tree of Might stage with Torless, a Planet Vegeta stage, or Vegeta's father as a character. Frieza's ship. The only time we got a Frieza ship battle was in Xenoverse, which I was not crazy about that game. Unfortunately, you know, there's a lot that
This is all I've got.
I feel like really should be in these games, especially when it comes to the filler stuff. It should have been stages, missions, because those are just as important. And I talked about that before in one of the recordings of this game. Just like the opportunity when you put Boop against Bobbity, you know, they have no cool or unique interactions with each other. Like, you know, it's like you would have thought they would have told him about Bobbity, and it's like, yeah, in case you ever run into a guy named Bobbity, he's kind of like your father figure or your dad. And you would think that maybe Bobbity knows about food. You would think that somebody like him is a pretty nosy person. Like, he's about information. A lot of people may not realize that. We didn't get like baby at different levels. You know, we haven't had a baby character in the game. I don't think we ever really had, except for like the Vegeta baby stuff. Hell, I don't think we ever got like the Goten, Gohan, baby-like characters. Which is unfortunate for any. From what I can remember, I don't think we ever got any of the. How did the villains GT in the game, man? Except for like the GT game that came out years back. But that's about it. Maybe one day we'll get a game with all those. There was supposed to be one, which was Rage and Blast 3, which raised a lot of stuff for it, a lot of money and support. But I think at the end, Toei and Animation, you know, I think the reason why they blocked it at the end, and with that guy working on it, is because they found that game a financial threat. When I mean financial threat, I'm not talking about a loss. I mean a financial threat where it's like, oh, man, this guy outbeat us financially. Like, look how much money. And that's the whole point for these companies, is for them to make money. Because that's what, unfortunately, a lot of the entertainment business became about in the world of politics. You know, you want to make money, you have an opportunity to make millions of dollars off of something like that. That would have been so filled with so many things that it would have been the game. And that's what, you know, now this game is supposed to be the game. And it still can. It still can. It is better than Kakarot. I hated Dragon Ball Kakarot. A lot of people did. It kind of tore people down the, you know, the middle, if you were, with the fandom. And sometimes, you know, you take a look at the games that were really test runs for a lot of ideas that were good ideas, but poor executions that needed worked on. All starting with the Battle of Z to
It's been a while since I had some competition.
Ultimate Tenkaichi, which I liked, to
Let's make this a good fight.
next Xenoverse 1 and 2, Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball The Breakers, Dragon Ball Kakarot. You know, leading up to this game. And I think the developers behind the Dragon Ball games, myself, have personally lost interest in them a lot. Because that passion, you can just tell that just ain't there anymore. Not like it was back in the old days. Not like it was. And you can tell, like, you can see partially of the passion in this one, partially, but not quite. A lot of stuff was heavily cut short, heavily trimmed, as it were, which is unfortunate. Because the games is all we really got while waiting for the next series or the next movie. And to be honest, I don't think we're ever going to get the next arc or the next story of Dragon Ball anytime soon. when it comes to where we truly left off at, with the whole Frieza, Black Frieza thing, shit like that. I just don't see it. I don't.
Not done yet.
If we do, you know, it's are people still going to be interested?
That's a little taste of my wolf fang fist.
Are people still going to be interested? And I don't know if people are still going to be interested in that, in the story, at all, or or even if it even is worth picking back up.
I'm looking forward to this.
I feel like they should have
What's wrong?
added
You're
those
not scared, are you?
manga characters into this game. Give them voice actors that would give the idea, like they did just see before we even got the English voice actor for Goku Black.
You're in my way.
Well, there's a lot there. It would have been great to see, like, Ultra Ego, Vegeta, and, you know, Black Frieza, you know, if there's no
You bore me.
things out of definitely that
Is that all you
nature.
Whatever.
It would have been great to see it, you know, Super Saiyan Bardock like we got from that second Bardock movie. I get it, everybody's like, oh, well, it's not, who gives a shit? You know, many things were added in Dragon Ball games that weren't quote-unquote canon in the series or the damn manga. Nobody cares. It's not really about what the fuck you really want. Even though we live in a day and age where we have to cater to the whiny asses.
That's a little taste of my wolf fang fist.
But, you know, with that being said, you guys, hey, you know, I'm out. You know, peace.